This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Adriel Hepburn. Coming up in the news, ASI Bahamas continues its launch in local churches, educators appreciate it in grand style, and members participate in Wellness Weekend. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. Welcome to your Adventist News. I'm Adriel Hepburn. Thanks for joining us for this week's broadcast. On November 11th, the Adventist Layman Services and Industries, ASI, Bahamas chapter held a worship service at the New Providence Seventh-day Adventist Church on Soldier Road. This was the second of such worship services held in the past month to promote the mission of the association, which is to provide avenues for Jesus to be shared in the marketplace. The speaker was local ASI president of the South Bahamas chapter, Ian Green, who once again reminded the body of believers of the importance of being our brother's keeper in these last days as we prepare for the Lord's return. This weekend, on Sunday, November 19th, a business fair will be held from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the former Bahamas Academy gym on Wolf Road, where an array of Adventist businesses and services will be on display. Please come and support. In the North Bahamas Conference on Sunday, November 5th, an appreciation banquet was held for the teachers and administrators of Grand Bahama Academy, which is our secondary Seventh-day Adventist institution in Freeport, Grand Bahama. The teachers were treated to a time of elegance, tasty foods, lovely singing, and applauded for their professionalism and sacrifice. Desiree Forbes, Education Director of the North Bahamas Conference, said that this gesture was to express gratitude to the teachers for their stellar service.
Well, in October, in the Inter-America Division, we celebrate Adventist World Teachers' Day. And although it's on the 5th of November, I thought it only fitting to still give recognition to the day to our staff at Grand Bahama Academy who do such an awesome job mentoring and teaching our students.
The purpose of this is just to motivate the teachers and to
give recognition, and to know that the organization that they work for value them and want them to feel like Hollywood stars.
Well, we thank you so much for this, and we pray that God will continue to bless the teachers of Grand Bahama Academy.
Yes, and I trust that they will continue to have the greatest star, Jesus, to be the center of their focus as they minister to our children at Grand Bahama Academy.
The administration of the conference was also in attendance and had the opportunity to salute and congratulate educators. Eric D. Clark, president of the North Bahamas Conference, brought words of commendation and encouraged the teachers, along with the newly appointed principal, Diane Jones. The overall aim of the Grand Bahama Academy is to continue to strive for excellence and to make their institution a model school for all others in their territory to emulate. And on the topic of health, members from throughout the South Bahamas Conference continue to strive toward living healthier lives as they once again participated in a government-organized initiative held in conjunction with the Caribbean Wellness Week. One of the initial activities this year is a fun-run walk held under the theme, A Brighter Future for Our Youth. The Health Ministries Department of our conference utilized the occasion to get a number of our Adventist churches involved. The Adventist group was the largest among the participants to leave Arawa Key on the morning of the walk, with Hillview and New Providence churches representing the majority. The youngest participants were Cherise and Shireen Gator, a 6- and 7-year-old, and the oldest participant was Bertram Sayers, an 84-year-old. Overall, 10 Adventist churches were represented. After this short break, we'll have more on the upcoming events in the South Bahamas Conference.
Ave under the direction of Anton Bow will be in concert on Saturday, November 18th at 4:30 p.m. at the Good News Seventh-day Adventist Church on Great Britain Street, Flamingo Gardens. Come and experience great singing and wonderful fellowship and leave with a blessing to take you through the week. You don't want to miss Ave in concert. See you there.
Welcome back to your Adventist News. I'm Adriel Hepburn. Thanks for watching. World Diabetes Day Living Well Symposium is coming up under the theme Diabetes and Women, Our Right to a Healthy Future. The symposium will be held on Thursday, November 23rd at the Good News Seventh-day Adventist Church Hall on Great Britain Street in Flamingo Gardens, under the leadership of Dr. Monique Mitchell, in conjunction with the Flamingo Gardens Public Clinic and the Good News Church. This program promises to be a tremendous blessing to the community. Health screenings will begin at 4 p.m. There will be various guest speakers, demonstrations, giveaways, and prizes. For more information and to reserve your seat, feel free to call 502-4855 or WhatsApp 802-3668 or email us at footworks242@gmail.com. The South Bahamas Conference Retirees Association will host their annual retreat on Thursday at the home of Anthony and Sandra Burrows on November 23rd from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The speaker for the event will be T. Basil Stirrup, pastor of the Good News Adventist Church. Pastor Stirrup will address this group of individuals under the theme, Maintaining Health and Happiness. All retirees are asked to plan now to attend, as it promises to be very informative and also a time of relaxation and rejuvenation. For more information, call Pastors John Carey or Neville Scavella at 557-2037 or 364-1460. Children's Day will be celebrated at all churches within the South Bahamas Conference on Sabbath, November 25th, under the theme, Called to be Faithful. During the AY hour, all roads will lead to the Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church on Tony Williams Darling Highway for the Children's Agape Praise, which will take place at 4 p.m. The following day, Sunday, November 26th, the annual Children's Fun Day for the children will be held at the Breath of Life Church grounds from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Parents are encouraged to secure tickets for their children as soon as possible from the conference office on Tony Williams Darling Highway or from the CHAMS director at the churches. The Path to Life Ministries Experience presents Jesus in Prophecy. This exciting evangelistic series will be held from November 26th to December 9th, 2017 at 7 p.m. nightly. Come and receive free coaching on how to have a healthy family and stability in your finances with Pastor Paul Scavella, President of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. Meetings will be held at the Real Harvest Worship Center on Pigeon Plum Street, Pinewood. And under the patronage of Pastor and Mrs. C. Melvin Lewis, the Youth Award Banquet will be held on Saturday, December 17, 2017 at Atlantis on Paradise Island. Tickets will be available through the local youth leaders. For more information, call Pastor Larry Green, Youth Director, at 824-1562.
The human body is made to move, and to move throughout the span of life. Age is not an inhibitor for regaining youthful energy. Here are a few tips on how to be old and vigorous as presented by the Harvard Men's Health Watch. 1. Avoid tobacco in all its forms. 2. Eat properly. Reduce your consumption of saturated fat, trans fatty acids, and cholesterol. The omega-3s and monounsaturated fats in fish, nuts, olive oil, and possibly canola oil are desirable in moderation. Eat lots of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and non-fat dairy products. Favor complex carbohydrates and high fiber foods, but reduce your consumption of simple sugars. Get about 15% of your calories from protein. Cut back on salt and processed foods. 3. Consider simple supplements such as a daily multivitamin and low-dose aspirin, 81 milligrams a day. 4. Keep your mind active and stimulated. Mental exercise is an important complement to physical exercise. 5. Build strong social networks. People are good medicine at any age. 6. Get regular medical care. Good medicine is good medicine. 7. A balanced program is best. That's why Cicero proclaimed, exercise and temperance will preserve something out of our youthful vigor even into old age. I'm Bridget Bastian, and this has been your health tip, courtesy of Adventist Television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
Let's go now to the Adventist News Network for our news feature from around the world.
Adventist leaders in Singapore had an extra reason to celebrate when they reflected on 110 years of Adventist education in the nation. The church's only school in Singapore was rededicated on November 2 after undergoing major renovation. The renovation of Sanyu Adventist School is the result of the merger of an elementary school and the Sanyu High School. The merger initially took place more than 20 years ago. The president of the Seventh-day Adventist Church was among those who attended the ribbon-cutting service, during which Ted Wilson said, Sanyu Adventist School is helping people to find the light on the pathway, which is God's wonderful word. Only 10% of the school's 500 students are Adventists. The president of the church's Singapore territory, Johnny Khan, says that's what makes Sanyu a real mission school. According to Khan, many of the students come from countries outside of Singapore. In fact, 40% of the student body are from China. Khan said, "We enjoy fruits of some of the hard work, but more importantly, we have been sowing seeds. Many of these students, because they don't come from here, return to their homelands, and we hear stories of them going to church."
Well, we're at the end of this week's Adventist News from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. On behalf of our production team here at Adventist Television Channel 658, we want to thank you for watching. I'm Adriel Hepburn. Have a blessed Sabbath.